We see that beautiful rainbow bow skin with the clouds on it.
Oh my god, that is definitely the best skin that they brought out. I love that skin so much.
Yeah, next to the new Ace skin that came out that looks like Astaroth from Soul Calibur in my opinion. These new skins that came out are pretty awesome. So over on Glory, we see quite an aggressive start coming out from multiple characters. You see Fellblade on Blazer and Bow, looking to be a little aggressive in their lane, hopefully being able to push people out and push the tower down. And then the other character is running pretty standard. Harrow's got the throwing axe to make his jungling and bot lane life a little bit easier. And just flat regen on the Ray and the Claudessa.
Yeah, and making you mad here, obviously enhancing that push strategy with a throwing axe on both Gokong and on Fetstone. And then just mana regen, health regen on Bastion and Aya there, and just a full mana crystal on Lady Tinder. Which is very interesting.
Mana components in one of the hotfixes. So I think here she's running that maybe a full mana build using Diadem and Spirit Ward. So Ray's Mines exploded there, giving women on Tinder a big push in their lane to start with. That's one of the things that Ray does best, is kind of give that momentum right off at the bat if they don't even stop the mines, and making you mad to not aggro them and make them explode.
Yeah, it's definitely something you need to watch out for when against a Ray. You want to try and, aggro those mines so that they're not pushing your wave early. And Cattleman Joe here on Gokong bot farming a jungle camp before coming into lane. I think it's a little bit of a mistake, and now he's, Plague has done a lot of damage to that bot lane tower already.
Yeah, he used his plunder as soon as he saw no one was in lane. It's a very interesting decision from Cattleman Joe, but I mean, losing an entire wave of CS, I guess he didn't lose the whole thing, but was it worth it? Now that there's an extra creep in each wave, it might not be.
Yeah, I think that he was assuming that Plague wasn't going to push that hard, so...
Yeah, I'm actually surprised to see him running Plunder on Harrower, considering Pincer is extremely useful for his escape and not being CC'd in a fight. So a good trade going on top lane for women on Tinder's favor, but Tinder is going to heal up some of that damage there. Double's going to get caught with a pull here. Fetter didn't really go in on it at all, though. Oh, both getting pulled at top lane. Ferret's going in hard on Minky here, zoning him out with creeps.
Yeah, he's just going to get pulled away from that, which is the great thing about Tinder, is that disengage.
Oh, a stun going in on Wolf from Bastion in mid. But both teams just traded out right there. Looks like Making You Mad did get the better of that trade.
Yeah, I feel like Making You Mad are not putting enough pressure on mid there while the creeps are at the tower. With the new health regen from the tower, I would definitely be trying to get a quick pit or at least a little minion summon on them there.
Yeah, I mean, that out-of-combat regen from the tower is, I believe, another 50% of what you have already out of combat. So you get 150% of that.
Which is very strong.
Minky getting caught again up top lane. Nothing coming from it, though. Beba's going to blow his plunder here. Ferret getting caught by the pull instead of Dumble. Took it for him there. That could have been very bad.
Now, I feel like Plunder is so much better now with the changes to the creep damage and to the resistances. Like now,
I definitely agree. Prefer getting caught with a
fight.
stun here. He actually already has built his Captain's Crest. They're definitely going for a early push strat into the late game with the Gokong and Fetter at this point. Plague doing a good job of zoning out Joe on bot lane. The only problem with Gokong bot lane is that he can't really do too much to most characters.
Yeah, I mean, the late game though, that's all he's going for. I just think he's not really playing the lane the most optimal way for him to get that gold for the late game.
Yeah, another plunder coming out from Blegu here to push the tower. Might actually see it go down as well here. We're seeing both lanes from We Met on Tinder getting pushed pretty hard to their tower. The early push strat really shining right there. Plague is seeming to be the only one to push the other way, but he was also running plunder.
Yeah, Plague is doing very well to keep that lane from farming, and I think really that's going to help them out a lot as the game progresses.
Yeah, keeping him in lane as opposed to jungle is definitely lowering how much money he's going to be getting.
Yeah, and I do feel like Making You Mad put a lot of eggs in that basket, and that if Gokong doesn't come out and get that gold, it's going to really hurt them later on.
I honestly feel like I can't even speak right now. Hold on. I honestly feel right now that both teams are a little bit more scared to make trades here, considering the creep damage. We're seeing Engage on top lane. Double got caught by a pole. Minky is going in really hard here, but he's overextended. Founder's away to safety.
Plague took that bot tower there, nearly caught Calvin Joe as well.
There's a big wave top lane for We Met on Tinder right now. Feder was extremely low there, but he did pop a pot. They're going to be able to defend this tower, no problem. It's like a little skirmish happened mid. Another equal trade.
And did they buff that totem's healing in this patch? I feel like it's
they
healing for a
lowered the
lot more.
cooldown and made it a smoother curve, but also lowered it later on as well, I think by 10 seconds or 5 seconds.
And we see Toroshio Bastion heading bot, possibly to get this kill on Plague.
Yeah, Plague was really far up. I'm surprised he hasn't back sooner, but I don't think Bastion's going to be able to kill him by himself.
Oh, here comes the ult.
Oh, here comes the ult. Plague getting hit by the stun. The Flame Breath, not enough damage right here. Plague might get away. He's going to do just that with that dash. It's unfortunate for Bastion there. Looks like that plunder really helping him out there with the resistance.
Yeah, Kalmanjo wasn't able to come in and help him there as well due to his low health.
Preferred almost going down there. A missed ult by Synergy in mid. Looks like they're leaving Aya 2v1 for the moment. Wolf getting caught by an Aya ultimate there. Definitely overstaying his welcome in middle lane.
But that's one of the great things about Aya, is just being able to hold a lane very effectively on her own and allowing the other mid laner to roam and gank.
Like Bastion is roaming in for the kill on Synergy here. Misses the stun. Synergy is going to win rush out right now. Drops his stun.
In the cage!
Yeah, pretty much a stop in your tracks move for Ray right there.
Yeah, you have to love the cage.
Enemy missing top.
Now looking at items, Tinder has picked up another Mana Crystal, Bastion finishing his Inertia Boots and his Damp Quake. Gokong a little behind, just with further boots.
Engage up on top. Dumble catches Feder, but no follow-up from Ferret there. Minky's going around now. Aya's roamed up as well. This could be very bad for We Met on Tinder. Beba gets caught by a pull here. A good tether by Dumble. Beba's gonna go down here. A lot of damage on Ferret and Dumble. The Plunder comes out as well. Wolf is right up there. Aya almost killing Wolf, or almost killing Ferret, but kills Dumble. A 1-for-1 trade, or 1-for-2 rather. It was pretty good turn of events for We Met on Tinder there.
Yeah, that was a great timing for Wolf to come up there. Really nice ult too.
Oh, he looks like he's going to dive in on Aya here. Good play by Wolf there, recognizing that Aya was a little overstaying. So that swung We Met on Tinder pretty slightly in lead. I guess I wouldn't even say slight. It's like a 2,500 gold lead right now, which is a full item for one character for the early game. Equally distributed, of course. But we're seeing Wolf running a full power bow here. I meant to mention it earlier.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. How do you feel about that? I'm seeing it more and more recently in both competitive and social matches. So, do you think it's...
Touch on that in just a moment. Looks like Boulder is being taken by We Met on Tinder. A catch coming out onto Minky there, but no follow-ups. They're just going to play it safe, take it, and walk away. So yeah, on the whole bow thing, I mean, personally as a bow player, I prefer to play him a more tanky bruiser way. Now, playing pubs, when I first started the game, like, the full power build definitely is very effective for what it is. I just don't think with the new resistance changes and tanks not getting defenses per level that it's going to be as effective as it used to be. Having a character able to tower dive and tank fights and position people without dying, I feel is a lot more vital than just doing a ton of damage.
Yeah, as well, I think it also depends on the team comp. I mean, they have got Claudessa on that team and a Harrower as well, so I do feel like they need to have Boa as tanky.
Yeah, it would definitely help their front line there. I definitely agree, but we'll see what Wuff does with it. I mean, it can make extremely big plays and can wipe out squishies extremely fast. So we'll see how he handles it. You'll see Joe ult in here on mid. Doesn't really get anything from it. Claudessa is roaming in from behind here. Could see a big engage on mid. He decides to take the vision and retreat.
So I'm wondering what Calman Joe's plan here is. We just see him go mid there and use his ult, but he's losing a lot of gold per minute by just roaming to these lanes and not getting
push coming
much.
out on top lane here. Tinder gets caught by the pull. Dumble a little too low to follow up, unfortunately, here. Another pull coming on the Minky, but just more trade damage here. Looks like the mid tower is getting pushed down pretty hard. Looks like we missed a kill on Wolf here. Unfortunately, there's not too much Ray can do here in this situation when he has no mana left. He did ult and drop mines, but tower is going to fall. Between the Captain's Crest and Bastion's Shield, I think that lane push is just too much for We Met on Tinder to handle in mid lane. Looks like bot lane, Plague's getting chased by Cattleman Joe here at like 1 or 2 hit points.
Yeah, he's literally running away with 50 HP here.
Aya is roaming
And
as well.
Aya's
The ult
roaming
coming out
down
from
as well, but it
Gokong,
looks like
this
Gokong will be
should
able
be
to
his
finish
life.
him off.
Yep, he is going to go down there. Yeah, there's a Golden Protector out on Gokong, so he's actually able to fight Harrower in those situations where Harrower only built damage.
Is that going to impede his late game damage by building an early defensive item, or do you not think so? And we both know Gokong can...
I mean, it's going to give him a lot
teams
more
of just a few
sustain and pressure for that bot lane there, because like right there, he was able to kill Harrower by himself. I'm not sure what else went on beforehand, but there might have been a lot of creep damage involved as well.
Now, Boldia is up, and we have 2 members of We Met on Tinder backing here, so it's possibly an opportunity for them to grab that on their return.
Yeah, I think I missed the Tinder and the Fetterstone going down top lane. Let's see, engage on Shinergy in mid here. Aya's dropping the elemental down. The cage comes out from Shinergy, stopping them in their tracks there. He does go back in there, almost getting clipped by a Bastion stun. Wolf's coming in for a big engage here. Gets a stun onto Fetter. There's going to be... Oh, Fetter is caught out. He's going to drop down to Ray ultimate. The pull from Claudessa on the Preferred. Preferred's going to go down here as well. Great play by We Met on Tinder. Good job by Wolf catching the Feder out of position. The mid tower should go down here, and I would not be surprised to see a Boldir as well. Yeah, they're going to retreat and go towards Boldir. They are, I think, 2 Boldirs away from the Dark Wave. It's unfortunate that that information is not on screen.
Yeah, it looks like they're yet to update that, but they did pick up the first one.
Yeah, they definitely got the first. I think that was the only one that was killed, so this should be the second. And as we can see here, Boldir does a lot more damage than he used to, has a lot more health, knocking down 2 people from We Met on Tinder to have life just from tanking it. We Met on Tinder doing a great job of utilizing that new jungle farm introduced. So as we can see, the gold difference in the graph now, it's already skyrocketed up to around 6.5 thousand. That's a pretty hefty lead to have this early in the game. Looks like Tarash scouts out Wolf there. Dumble is just waiting in the bush, hopefully to pick Minky here.
Well, Wolf is just below them. He's only at 50% HP and mana, so I wonder if they're going to try and get a pick. Claudessa's also coming up.
Wolf's ult is up, and that is a lot of damage if utilized correctly. Dumble's going to invis in here, hoping to get this pick of Minky.
Definitely going to catch Minky here.
Bastion ult coming out, catching both members, Dumble and Ferret. Wolf coming in with the stun. Dumble's going to go down from all the damage there. Tarash is going to get away just cleanly. An unfortunate 1-for-1 for We Met on Tinder there.
But they should get the tower here off this.
Yeah, there's not too much Bastion can do against this. Wolf is really squishy though, so he's taking a lot of damage.
It looks like we
Ferret
also
taking the
missed
tower.
a kill at bot lane on Plague, 3-man gank there. Looks like that Making You Mad are going to pick up this bot lane tower.
Yeah, we see the Spirit Ward on Tinder there. The mana was buffed in this patch. I suppose Spirit Ward is a lot more effective than it used to be, granting a 50% mana pool shield, and right now she has 755. So we're looking at a roughly 375 mana or shield, which is an entire
applies
item.
to the whole
even.
team in the area, am I right?
Yeah, that's an entire item for health for the whole team there, which is really nice to have. Really making support roles a little bit more effective than they used to be.
And can that item be buffed with the Blessed Orb that increases shielding?
I believe it can. So I would not be surprised to see that next, and then possibly a diadem afterwards. And maybe a Hexbane as well, because that item, no matter what happens, will always be extremely useful.
Yeah, cheap stick OP. See, Bastion's got an Everwinter, Kalmanjove is Thundercaller now. Looks like I may be picking up a Arcane Emblem.
I think Gokong getting that defensive item might have been a mistake now, looking back at it.
Yeah.
I think they needed that damage.
Yeah, like I said, I think they put a lot of faith in him coming out in the late game, and with him going that defensive item first, and like most of his team running like a push build, then it's really, really hurting them.
So Boldir is coming up here any second now. We could see the Dark Wave coming out here, depending on how We Met on Tinder plays this. But it looks like Making You Mad is going to contest this territory.
Yeah, they know that they already have 2 of those, and if they get this 3rd one, it's going to be really painful for them.
Yeah, unfortunately, 2 people are bottom for Man on Tinder, so Making You Mad is going to pick up Boldir. Shinergy's going to lay down the cage on them. Cattleman Joe goes in, just kind of pushes them away right now. They're going to continue doing Boldir, but their bottom gen is at stake here. Unsure if this is a good trade for them here. Minky getting caught by Ferret here, Minky bounces away. Shinergy now caught by Tarash.
This is really good for We Met on Tinder, but I'm confused why Isle left so early. I feel like they should have just stayed, finished that off, and then gone back together.
Yeah,
they
Beba's
lost
going to
a lot
go down.
of pressure when she left the
Looks
lane.
like Tarash is going to go as well. Boldir did go to them still here. They almost left it behind, but the bottom gen went down. So We Met on Tinder is extremely in the lead now. That was a pretty bad decision, I would say, from Making You Mad. Unsure what they were trying to do there.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like if Aya would have stayed along with Gokong, they could have had a lot more pressure on Boldir, allowing them all to to win the fight after possibly, or even just get away safely and protect that generator. But by losing that pressure from Aya, they lost the fight at Baldir, even though they picked it up, and they lost the generator.
Yeah, I think they honestly should have either chose between the two right there.
Yeah, they should have all stayed or should have left it. The Dark Way is very powerful though.
Yeah, I think they might have... I guess they got Baldir, so they might have chosen a slightly better option there. But they lost the generator anyway. I would have imagined them just staying there to continue fighting and just win the fight.
I have seen on multiple occasions say that Dark Wave pushing, as it pushes multiple lanes, people getting multiple generators or other objectives from it. And by picking up that Baldir, do we met on Tinder lose one of their stacks?
No, it remains the same. So Babel looks like he's going to be caught out here by Wolf and Shinergy. He's going to go down very fast. Wolf now caught under the tower. He's going to die from that tower shot, a very long shot. Plague's going in on Terrash here. Terrash is going to go down. A lot of damage coming out on the Plague though beforehand. Cattleman Joe is there to clean him up. Unfortunately does not have any way of catching him right now, so it looks like Plague might just get away. A good pick by We Men on Tinder, getting 2 for 1 there. Looks like Preferred is going to be caught out here. Dumble taking a lot of damage from Cattleman Joe, but not going down. Cattleman Joe getting caught by the tether there. He's going to die. This is looking very bad for Making You Mad. His Preferred is also going to go down here.
Yeah, they made a lot of mistakes in that fight there, which We Met on Tinder were able to capitalise on. Even after Cattleman Joe was picked, both Fetstein and Aya went back into the fight, which was a big mistake for them. Both losing their life and...
Yeah, after the pick onto Tinder in which Wuff died, I think they should have just abandoned that scenario and reset the fight. We're going to see a Sindara coming out here from We Met on Tinder. It's a little bit risky, considering how strong Sindara is now. Tarash is going to go in with his ultimate. Big damage coming out. No one's dead just yet. Wuff is going to go down to an auto attack. Tarash getting caught by the tether. He's going to die. Babba, the last one standing here, but he's going to be caught out, it looks like. They're going to disengage from chasing. They unfortunately might not be able to finish this. Gokong is coming. The ult does come out from Gokong. They managed to get the Sindara here, but this could be 3 people dead. Kenlin Joe does get hexed and caught by Shin there, stopping him in his tracks. I think he should have probably gone on one of the squishier targets like Blazer as opposed to Harrower. One of them, you know, with less mobility. He might have gotten the kill and escaped from it.
Yeah, I feel like he's going in with his ultimate a bit too early as well, and that's losing him a lot of the potential damage that does.
So Baldir is up again, but the monkey is going to come down in mid lane, it looks like, very soon.
Yeah, Making You Mad are definitely going to have to make a more conscious decision about what they're going to do, defend mid or contest this Baldir.
Looks like We Met on Tinder is going in without checking vision at all. Very ballsy play. Shin getting caught. Void Keys, a good pickup by him. The ult coming out. Plagu almost going down. Takes down Cattleman Joe. Baldir, however, is going to go to Making You Mad here, stopping the Dark Wave. But if any more of Making You Mad go down here, that could be the game.
Yeah, they really just want to try and disengage this now.
It's like Plagu is caught out by himself trying to chase Terash. Unfortunate for them there. It's 2 down from We Met on Tinder, leaving them crippled for their push here. It's like Wolf is going to try to initiate here. A good catch by Ferret. Terash getting caught by the stun. A tether onto Minky. Not too much from it. They do get Terash though, so it's going to allow them to push a little bit better. That rock from the monkey devastating Minky's HP there. Gokong ult coming out. Wolf is going in really hard on Minky there. He's going to go down. Gokong, however, almost getting caught out there. Gets out just safe. Looks like there's going to be a chase onto Ferret here. Shin comes in, gets a nice kill onto Featherstone. A good stun. It's going to be a cleanup for We Met on Tinder. Possibly a generator off that with the new death timers. Very nice play by Shinergy there. Came in just in the nick of time.
Yeah, it was a really nice capture of the ultimate there. I'm not sure if it was intentional or not. I'd like to think it was. But either way, it was a really good play by them. And I feel like Making You Mad are not doing a very good job of protecting Gokong, and he's not able to really get a lot of damage out before he dies, or is pushed away from the combat.
Yeah, they had a really good advantage there, but the monkey unfortunately does so much damage now that it kind of counts as another player.
And are we going to see the end of the game here?
Yeah, looks like they're going to end it. I'm not sure if Making You Mad can really do anything here. Dumble is just kind of hitting it from the top, and they're not hitting him. Yeah, that's going to be game one. That's going to be game 2. We Met on Tinder.
Yeah, really well played by both teams. So.
Yeah, I think Making You Mad didn't really keep with their push strat as much as they should have, and I think Gokong should have built more for a late game earlier. Because as we can see, he didn't even finish his Titan Slayer, he only picked up a Thundercaller.
Yeah, I kept saying during the course of that game and before the game started that it looks like they were really relying on Gokong to carry them through that late game, and unfortunately he wasn't able to due to the push of Plague and Plague denying him a lot of farm, so their push strategy really fell off during the mid game, and yeah, they weren't able to capitalize on Gokong.